ESPN2's exclusive presentation of the Australian Open is next.
It's the Australian Open Women's Quarterfinals.
You go, girl!
Martina Hingis has reigned as the world's #1 for the better part of 3 years. On the strength of her precise play and her unwavering confidence that she can defeat any opponent. She's only 20, but Martina Hingis has reigned here as champion 3 times. There's no more powerful challenger lurking in women's tennis than Serena Williams. At age 19, she's in her first Australian Open quarterfinal, but she too has tasted Grand Slam glory, and she's determined to grab it again and again. The best players on the world stage. It's Grand Slam time from the Australian Open next on ESPN2. This is Melbourne, the sporting capital of Australia, a country in which sports seems bigger than life. Welcome, everybody. It's the Australian Open 2001 in our feature women's quarterfinal. Serena Williams, Martina Hingis. Enough said. The weather is humid, hot, heavy conditions on this 10th day of this year's first Grand Slam. Friendly hello, everybody. I'm Cliff Drysdale. Second day of quarterfinal round matches, and the women's section of this draw is so competitive. Serena Williams taking on Martina Hingis. Their rivalry continues. Last night, the final men's quarterfinal match featured Patrick Rafter of Australia. He's the favorite, Sanya, taking on Dominic Arbadi. He started out winning the first set. He lost the second in the tiebreak. He was down in the third. He came back in that one, and he finally won it in 4. So that sets up a meeting between Patrick Rafter and Andre Agassi, and there is no better matchup in men's tennis. These two are the 2 most charismatic players on tour right now. Let's take a look at the whole draw. It's Clement and Kafelnikov to play today, and also Grosjean and Moya. And that then will decide on who is in the last 4 of the men's singles. But let's get back to the ladies, and let's go to Pam Shriver and Mary Jo Fernandez for more on this match between Serena Williams and Martina Hingis.
Well, thanks, Cliff. We've been looking forward to this possible quarterfinal match for almost 2 weeks now, and here it is. It's going to happen. Martina Hingis, despite not winning a major in the last 2 years, has been so consistent. She wins so many tournaments. She gets through the quarters, semis, finals of the majors. She really is the most consistent. She likes the big matches.
She really is, Pam. Martina Hingis, you know what you're going to get when you go out there and watch Martina Hingis. She's been going to be consistent, going to play very high percentage tennis, and she's been flawless throughout this entire tournament, really moving her opponents from side to side, painting the lines, and doing what she does best. She likes to take the ball early. She doesn't have the big power strokes that Lindsay Davenport or the Williams have, but she's got feel, finesse. She can come into the net, great variety. She's been serving well, and just really taking advantage of her all-court game. In my opinion, Pam, Martina Hingis has the best technique and anticipation in the women's game right now.
And she really has picked up her fitness as well. And the Serena Williams story since this U.S. Open of '99, where Serena beat Martina Hingis, has been one of the case where Serena's been injured a lot and she's been inconsistent with her play, but it seems like she's starting to pick it up.
Well, with every match in this tournament, she's getting better and better. Her serve has become such a weapon. She's a smart server, mixing it up. She's had set 27 aces, and over 80% of her points on first serve won, more than anyone in the whole tournament. She's so powerful off the ground, can produce winners at any time, and she's so athletic. Her court coverage is excellent. She can produce dead winners on the dead run. And her intensity, Pam, throughout this tournament has been very high, more than I've seen in the past.
Well, and the winner of this match will take on Venus Williams, which we expected, but just a little while ago it was an amazing match because Venus Williams barely beat Amanda Kutzer 8-6 in the third. So we'll find out whether or not the sisters might play each other in the semifinals of the Australian Open, or will it be Martina Hingis against Venus Williams? Next up, Serena Williams against Martina Hingis, the 3-time champion.
ESPN and ESPN2, home of the Women's NCAA Championship.
The perfect vehicle for whatever circle you travel in. even if it's the Arctic Circle.
Hur var trafiken?
Det vanliga.
The all-wheel drive Volvo Cross Country. Adventures in luxury.
In tennis, the advantage of the two-handed backhand is obviously power because you're using both hands. But it also is deceiving because in a split second you can change the direction of the ball that you hit. Your opponent never knows if you're going to rifle it down the line or rip it cross court, and I like that.
Knowledge is the edge. At Invesco Funds, it's the approach we use to make money for investors. You should know what Invesco knows.
I was born into a new generation.
I was born into a new generation.
I was born into a new generation.
I was reborn into a new generation.
Generation D.
World Cup.
Generation D.
Generation D isn't about the country.
It isn't about culture. It's about attitude.
Ich bin von Deutschland.
I'm from Germany.
Je vis en France.
I come from Indonesia. Saya datang dari Indonesia.
I'm from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma?
But we speak the same language.
Digital.
And we make it easy to understand.
Want to know about web hosting?
Web centers.
Global IP VPNs? You've come to the right generation.
Generation D.
World Cup.
Generation Digital. You've come to the right generation.
Generation D.
Our exclusive presentation of the Australian Open is brought to you by Volvo. Volvo for life.
Serena Williams, the 6th seed, faces off against the number 1 seed, Martina Hingis. The draw looks like this. There's only one question mark in the semifinals.
And it's a big question mark, Pam. This is the match everybody's been looking forward to, Hingis and Serena. The winner will take on big sis Venus in the semifinal, that bottom half with 2 Americans, a repeat of last year's semifinal.
Career high of number 4. That came within 12 months of her winning the U.S. Open. She's 19 years of age. You can see her 2,000 match record. Not a lot of wins for someone like Serena because she was injured and missed a bit of the year. Rode through, did not drop a set. Has looked very good here, much better than last year. Martina Hingis has really been an amazing player as a teenager, one of the best teens in the history of tennis. She's from Switzerland. She's currently 1 in the world. 77 matches won last year.
Martina Hingis also had an easy path to the final. Only Virginia Rosano in the 3rd round of France gave her a little bit of trouble in that first set, but she's been playing flawless tennis, very high percentage, consistent, within herself.
Good point from Serena Williams. This is the 10th meeting between these two. Serena Williams with the edge, that huge match at the U.S. Open a year and a half ago. And the last time they played, Mary Jo, just a couple weeks ago.
It was a tight 2-setter. Serena had a lead in the 2nd set and then started to play some erratic tennis.
All first game. You can see the shadows on the court, and the reason is the roof is closed because of rain today in Melbourne. It didn't rain all day till now, but certainly in the last couple hours forced the roof shut. One of the great bonuses of this event.
It's a different atmosphere when the roof is closed. It's a little heavier in there, a lot of humidity on the court.
That missed slice backhand gives Martina Hingis an early break point. Serena having a little trouble getting her first serve in. Only 1 of 5 so far. Just a little off with the timing. She's probably a little tense after seeing big sister stress out, winning 8-6 in the third. Martina Hingis with the early break. 1-love, first set. Well, we were wondering who this would favor, the fact that the roof is closed. And on one hand, you might think it would favor the bigger server, which would be Serena Williams. However, Mary Jo, you've played indoors here before, and you feel the conditions are heavier, which might favor Hingis.
Well, normally when you play indoors, you expect it to be a little bit quicker, but it was supposed to be very hot today, so that would have made it faster than what it is right now. There's the power from the Serena racket. It generates so much pace off the ground. Great tennis from Serena Williams. All of a sudden in the middle of the rally, she decides to accelerate through her shot, really picking up the tempo that time and taking advantage of it and coming to the net.
Love 30. Hingis has not missed any of her first 3 first serves, and that might be part of her tactics today. Take a little bit of pace off, make sure you get a high percentage of first balls in. 15-30.
Whoa. Well, she should have got a first serve in that point. Serena Williams just unleashing that backhand. Hard pace right up the middle of the court. 2 break points.
88 mile per hour. That's sort of mid-range for Hingis on the Porsche radar gun. Hingis started to net and then backed up. A break each way early on.
Not sure what Serena Williams was questioning there. The chair umpire, Leanne White.
And Martina Hingis has gone to switch, get a wristband out, or I'm not quite sure what she's doing over there, but she went back to her chair. Players still trying to settle into this quarterfinal match. Ah, bobby pins.
Got to make sure each hair's in place, Pam. Talk about how smart Martina Hingis is. Saw that Serena was coming in on not a very good approach shot. She just rolls it cross court. Nice little dipper.
After that volley, the approach shot looked magnificent. Not a very good volley.
Oh! Hingis is doing a good job of reading the Serena serve. Talked about her anticipation. It's one of the things she does best, including on the return of serve.
Love 40.
Again, the server struggling. Triple break point. Only 3 first serves in so far for Serena, and she has not won any of those points. So an awkward start all way round for the server.
That's just too good from Serena. Hingis trying to pull Serena out wide, taking the ball early. But Williams with no problems.
2 more break points.
You expect Serena to pick up her service games, get some free points. It's been such a weapon throughout the entire tournament.
3 straight breaks to start things off in this last of the women's quarterfinals. 2-1 Hingis.
Do you owe back taxes? Don't let the IRS scare you. The law offices of Ronnie Lynn Deutsch will help you settle all back taxes, levies, liens, and penalties, and will help stop your IRS nightmare now. In fact, the law offices of Ronnie Lynn Deutsch are so confident they'll pay you $250 if they can't settle your case for pennies on the dollar. Call the law offices of Ronnie Lynn Deutsch now.
Call 1-800-782-4200 for your free initial consultation. This is a limited time offer, so call now.
Well, it's that time of your life. How about a little gift from AARP? Surprise, it's only $10 to join, and you'd be amazed at what you get. Like our magazine, filled with useful information. Dozens of discounts, including hotels, car rentals, vision care, and more. And when you join, your spouse joins free. So call AARP now. Only $10 for all those benefits. Think of it as a gift to yourself.
Martina Hingis is surrounded by a lot of power and a lot of height in the game. What about that, Martina?
Well, I mean, you can see in the men's game there are also a few like Leighton, and Agassi's not the tallest player out there, and Rios was #1, and you also got Grandjean, but they don't quite make it to the top. Leighton's very, intimidating. But if you see players like them, and you still think you have a chance, and I think a lot of girls, if they're not as tall, and they see me, so I think they still have a, they can make it. You have Amanda Kutzer, you had Arantxa Sanchez. Well, they're a little bit older, but still, if you play a good game of tennis, so you still have a chance out there, but it's getting tougher.
Well, it definitely is getting tougher, but Martina Hingis, it's pretty remarkable. It's incredible that in today's game, with so much power, so much height, she still manages to stay on top of it. Ranked #1. She won 9 tournaments last year. And look at that. She's passed the quarterfinals in 15 of the last 17 Grand Slams. So consistent.
And the 2 occasions where she didn't was at Wimbledon when she lost to Jelena Dokic a couple of Wimbledons ago, and just last year losing to Venus in the quarterfinals. Well, we might have a service hold here after 3 straight breaks. 40 love.
Game Hingis. Hingis leads 3-1.
As a server, when you start having trouble early in a match, first couple of service games, I think you really look towards the 3rd service game as a time where it's time to get on track. Mom's had a stressful day already.
She does not want another one.
8-6 in the third. Venus beating Kutzer just a little while ago.
I think it's also tough when you're used to winning so many free points throughout the tournament, her previous 4 matches, and then all of a sudden you're playing Martina Hingis and she's getting all your serves back. Hingis again, stretching out there, reading the serve.
I love 15.
And making Serena volley.
Serena still has not won a point on her first serve, and that last one on the Porsche radar gun, 108. It's a big first serve.
Great get from Hingis. Good hustle to get that net court. Serena was waiting, though. Did the right thing, kept it out in front of her. But Serena moving in, trying to cut the angle off.
Hingis makes you play.
Oh, and that's just perfect tennis from Martina Hingis. Hingis again taking the ball so early, Pam, really taking time away from Serena. Serena's not able to set up and hit her big shots.
Trying to hold on to serve for the first time in the match, but down here, 15-30.
Hingis making Serena play again, though. Each point hasn't been easy for Serena. It's got to work very hard.
Williams with 27 aces coming into this match. Hasn't served one yet here. That's about as close as you can get without serving one.
Best serve of the match for Serena right now. Great service action, very smooth, good ball toss.
She has her first game point. There's an ace. Martina Hingis up a break, but Serena Williams holds serve for the first time.
Hingis leads 3-2.
You've worked hard. And as you plan for the future of the people who depend on you, you search for the right financial partner. In Pacific Life, you found it. Nearly half the Fortune 500 rely on the Pacific Life family of companies. With over 130 years of experience and more than $300 billion of managed assets. For your family or for business, discover the power of Pacific Life.
There is a car moving in a new direction. Which direction are you moving in? The new Volvo S60.
Martina Hingis had an amazing run at the Open. For 3 years, she did not lose a match in singles or doubles. This is playing Emily Mauresmo in the 99 finals. That made it 3 in a row in singles, and she did the same thing in doubles.
She was amazing for 3 years. Got to the finals last year where she lost to Davenport. She loves the conditions here in Australia. But I don't think she expected not to win another Grand Slam for 2 years.
And Davenport has been number one some of that time in the 2 years that Hingis has not won a major, but most of the time, because of the consistency and the fact that Hingis stays healthy, plays a lot, she's been able to stay at the very top. You see, she won 5 majors between 97 Australian Open and the 99 Open. Never won the French. She's won 1 Wimbledon, 1 U.S. Since then, lost 7 times.
Probably the longest rally so far in this first set. You have to figure the longer the rally goes, the better it is for Martina Hingis. Serena wants to end the points quickly, really take the initiative on her first or second shot.
Oh, just missed that one. The quality of Hingis's ability to get out of trouble in this match will be important. That last shot just missed about an inch long. She's going to need to dig out some of those big stretches.
Incredible court coverage from Serena Williams. Look at how many steps she takes to get this short ball from Hingis. And she got that on the rise.
She got there very early. 15-30. Martina Hingis still with only 1 unforced error. That was something we saw earlier today in the first set of the Kutzer-Venus Williams match, which Kutzer won easily and only made 1 unforced error. It's very unusual to see.
And I think unless Serena Williams starts producing a lot of winners, Martina Hingis is going to play high percentage tennis, play it safe. She doesn't need to go for the lines. And only, again, if Serena starts really ripping the ball, will she start going for it more, Hingis.
Martina Hingis gets out of 15-30 to hold serve. SportsCenter coverage of Super Bowl 35 continues on ESPN2 Wednesday morning with live news conferences at 8:30 and 10:30 a.m. Eastern. And throughout the week, don't miss SportsCenter on ESPN for all the latest on the showdown between the Giants and the Ravens. There's lots more of Super Bowl coverage on ESPN.com.
Pam, I can tell you're getting a little bit more nervous each time you read those promos. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty.
Well, I was nervous when they were driving that bus. Nearly smashed into it. They did.
I saw that. They did, but everybody was okay.
Another clever shot from Martina Hingis, the #1 seed, who's playing her quarterfinal match against Serena Williams, seeded #6. We're at Melbourne Park. Pam Shriver, Mary Jo Fernandez, wondering who is going to play Venus Williams in the semifinals. Right now, Martina Hingis is playing the better of the two.
Not happy she missed that return. Hasn't missed too many of them tonight. Good volley from Serena covering the down the line. That's the passing shot that Martina Hingis prefers. She always threads the needle on this one, but Serena anticipating correctly.
Serena had a lot of open court to hit into and hit it just beside the far sideline, cutting it pretty close. 30-15. Hear Leanne White's voice say, yep, agreeing with the very close call of that huge first serve. Leanne White from Australia.
Serena trying to force the issue there. Forehand. Needs to stop, hit it, and then get to the net.
Oh! 40-30.
Happy after that point. Martina Hingis using the whole court. We saw an angle in the middle of that point.
Serena came in one shot too late on that last point. You can see equal on the percentage of wins when they get to net, but Serena just missed playing that last point.
Advantage Williams.
Second ace for Serena. Right in the corner.
When the roof is closed, there's very little air movement in Rod Laver Arena, and because of the humidity, players are probably going to need to towel off a little more often.
But I think both of them will be happy that it's not sunny on the court. They're not going to waste as much energy as they would have. And they have to come back and play tomorrow, their semifinal.
Big difference between most of the other majors where you do have a day off between the quarters and the semis. The top half of the draw that played today play again tomorrow, and that might affect Venus Williams. Venus with that long match, although the first two sets were pretty quick. 6-2 and 1-6, but then 8-6 in the third. And when you don't have a day to recover in these majors late in the tournament, it could affect her.
And Venus and Serena have to go out this afternoon and play doubles as well. They're in the quarterfinals. Great point from Hingis. Really stepping up to the line, hitting the ball early. Had Serena like a yo-yo there.
Martina would love to get a 2-break lead in this first set, and she's a point away from achieving that.
Not much you can do about that one.
I was going to say, you just say, that's too good. Nice shot.
Cheers.
Just got to hope that Serena can't produce that time and again. Open stance. Great acceleration through the ball.
Serena now with 11 winners to match the same number of unforced errors. Meantime, Hingis still with 1 unforced error.
Net for serve.
Serena not doing enough when she gets to the net.
Advantage Hingis.
Hingis anticipating, hitting that little hack shot that I like to get back into the rally. Another break point.
The return deep in the corner set up that point, and Martina Hingis with 2 breaks, and she'll be serving for the first set after this.
Hey, how was your business trip to Chicago?
Good. How was your week off?
Great. My friends and I went to the beach.
Really?
Yeah, we rented from Hertz.com. Found their best rates, special offers, and terrific discounts because I'm a AAA member.
Maybe we should try it this weekend.
We.
Was the greatest sports warrior.
He just dared defenses to stop him.
When somebody messed up, he made sure that they knew it.
He could win on the strength of his will and his right arm.
The only thing he was interested in was winning a Super Bowl.
I was able to play 17 years for the Miami Dolphins. I'm going to miss it.
Dan Marino. Sports Century, the top 50 and beyond. Tomorrow at 8 Eastern, 9 Pacific. Only on ESPN Classic. You can only see Sports Century by calling 1-800-CLASSIC today.
Martina Hingis up 2 breaks, 5-2. She's played an almost perfect first set. Venus Williams has done all her press work and taken a quick shower, and now she's watching her younger sister, and she plays the winner.
Lovely day.
I think Serena maybe was affected by the length and the real mystery of that last match when Venus was down late in the third.
Oh, wild return of serve, but you'd have to be affected by it. It's so much harder to watch a match than it is to play one. You get so much more nervous, uptight. You want your sister to win so badly, and it was. It came down to the wire there, and Venus was down 5-3 in the third.
Never gets flustered. It doesn't matter how many times her opponent picks where she's going. She's just still right in the point.
Even if Hingis makes a mistake and goes right back to the player, she, like you said, stays focused. Good little hands there.
That mistake on the backhand side gives Martina Hingis a couple of set points.
been the worst mistake of the match so far for Martina Hingis.
She's tripled her unforced error total in this game. Started off with 1, and now she's up to 3, but still has a set point.
Surprise return from Serena. You can see she's trying to focus and concentrate. Knifed that slice, one-handed. Not the typical one we expect from Serena Williams.
Advantage Hingis.
Set point number 3.
Serena having to come up with a great pass to save another set point.
Advantage Hingis.
Again, the depth off the Hingis racket. Just too good for Serena. She's keeping the ball so close to that baseline.
4th set point. A very stingy set of tennis from Martina Hingis, the #1 player in the world, 1 set away from a match with Venus.
Part jet fighter, part insurance policy, part playground, part work of art, part rocket science, part basic math. The Saab 9.5 sedan, now with OnStar. People who test drive a Saab usually buy one.
High finance, underground. Janice is down here, checking up on a potential investment. A communications company that says they've laid more cable than their competitors. They look great on paper, but Janice gets beneath the surface, goes down and counts cable. They do have the most. They're ready to grow. Fast. Just what Janice was digging for. So what's up with your money? Get there. Janice Mutual Funds.
The only other time Serena Williams took on Martina Hingis in a major was in the finals of the 1999 U.S. Open. This at match point for Serena Williams in the 2nd set tiebreak.
Serena Williams played some great tennis throughout the whole U.S. Open and was in disbelief after that match point. So thrilled to get the first Grand Slam.
You know, Serena ran wide to the right in that last game, and I couldn't tell. She gave like a clinch. She hit the forehand winner down the line, and then it looked like maybe she pulled up a little bit funny, but I didn't see anything in the points after that.
No, but you did say it to me in between that changeover that it looked like she was almost limping after that forehand passing shot to save one of the set points.
That's the WTA Tour physical therapist on the left talking to Georgina Clark, who is the longtime tour director. And it looks like there's some concern on the face of the physical therapist and Serena.
Sure does, and right now she's evaluating what's wrong with Serena. And they're going to see if they're going to take the medical time out. She has 3 minutes to evaluate and then 3 minutes to treat her.
Well, here's the point where this happened. Serena was running wide now to hit the forehand. Let's just see what... Yeah, just can't. Yeah, that's not right, man. It almost looks like it might be your left hand. I don't know.
It didn't look like anything in the rally went wrong.
Well, we're going to figure this out, but in the meantime, we're going to take a little break from this quarterfinal action with Martina Hingis up 6 games to 2.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? Now, rates for $250,000 coverage are as low as $19 a month. Through Matrix Direct Insurance Services, you could save up to 50%, maybe even more, on term life insurance from a highly respected insurer, Protective Life. Now, by calling Matrix Direct, a 35-year-old man could get $250,000 coverage for less than $19 a month. And that low premium is guaranteed for 10 years. Also, by calling Matrix Direct, a 42-year-old man could get $200,000 coverage for less than $20 a month. Call Matrix Direct. Talk with a licensed insurance professional for a fast, free quote right over the phone. You'll see why thousands have called Matrix Direct to save on quality term life insurance for men and women. Call 1-800-881-2568. 1-800-881-2568.
Well, Serena Williams now ready to serve after consulting with the WTA Tour athletic trainer, physical therapist. And she needs to pick up her game. Was outplayed in that first set.
These two played in the finals of Canada last year, where Serena Williams was leading 6-love, 1-love before things got complicated. Hingis won the second set, and then in the third, defaulted with an injury.
Yeah, Serena defaulted also to Amelia Island last year, down 5-2 in the third against Paula Suarez, I believe. And
Paula Suarez took out Mary Pierce at this year's Australian Open.
So a lot of injuries for Serena Williams, and they now travel with their own physical therapist.
30 contained.
Sometimes when you have something wrong with yourself, whether it's a little nagging injury or you're hurting, as you see Carrie Brooks, the trainer and therapist that the Williams sisters travel along with, you start to relax and you start going for more shots. And that's what Serena Williams needs to do right now.
Oh! 40-30.
The 10th backhand error from Serena Williams. Still game point.
Game Williams.
Our exclusive coverage of the Australian Open continues Wednesday afternoon at 1 o'clock on ESPN with men's quarterfinals. You'll see the '99 Australian Open champion Yevgeny Kafelnikov against the talented young Frenchman Arnaud Clément. Then Wednesday night on ESPN2, we'll bring you both women's semifinals starting at 11:30 p.m. Eastern. That's 8:30 Pacific time. There's a lot more tennis on ESPN.com 24 hours a day. Martina Hingis serving. Love won with the first set. 6-2.
This is where Martina Hingis has to hang in there. She has to expect Serena to go for more shots. Things can't get any better for Hingis. Only had a few unforced errors in that first set. always tough when you have such a clean first set. You start to think about it a little bit. You know you're playing well. You know your opponent hasn't played her best. So things can only get tight.
Yeah, it still pulled up funny when she went out wide. It's something when she goes out wide to her right on the forehand side, and I'm wondering perhaps when you pull a groin muscle or something up top of your leg, sometimes when you move to one side, it's much worse.
Again, Serena looking like she's in a lot of pain.
30 all.
Well, this didn't help her pain at all. It just increased it.
Watch right after she makes contact.
There was a big grimace there. 30 all. Yeah, there's a saying in tennis, never trust an injured player. And that's what's going through Martina Hingis' mind right now. Break point. Serena Williams with a break of serve won the point, but I think Serena's got to look for some of those slice balls when Hingis is pulled out wide. Serena seems happy to let those balls bounce deep, and there's plenty of time for her to come up and volley it and take the time away from Hingis. Still, she's achieved the break. She's up 2-love.
Well, she definitely looks a lot more relaxed right now, Serena. Swinging out more freely. Not a good step for Serena. She's lost more points on serve when she gets that first serve in than not.
Well, a real momentum change here since Serena took that little bit of an injury break after the first set. It wasn't an official one, but certainly took time with the trainer. It's been all Serena in the second. Yep, when she moves to her right, it just seems to be worse.
Definitely when she's on that stretch on that side.
Actually, she's got her left ankle taped a lot, obviously differently than the right. Doesn't look taped at all. Haven't noticed that before in her matches. But is that the usual tape job?
I think she always tapes that ankle. I think she's sprained it in the past. Has it for a little bit of support.
It is a powerful, athletic body. Serena with a big opportunity, up 30-love in this game. 3 straight points for Hingis, now break point. Back on serve in the second set. Martina Hingis taking the first, 6 games to 2. And Tasmania is an island just south of Melbourne. And how about that for its own beauty?
Your business started out with one location. You kept adding more sites to keep pace with growing demand. Now you're opening up a new kind of site, one that everyone can go to. Business is better than ever. Discover all that's possible on the internet. Cisco Systems, empowering the internet generation.
Designed by artists and engineers. Built for 4 people and as many seasons. Created with passion and restraint. The Saab 9.3 convertible. Now with OnStart. People who test drive a Saab usually buy one.
On night 9 at the Australian Open, the hero down under, Patrick Rafter, took on Dominic Herbati, who put out the number 2 seed, Marat Safin. Always an exciting game that Patrick Rafter plays. He serves and volleys. He's aggressive here with his forehand.
Well, his all-court game was in effect. He not only served and volleyed well or attacked, but he passed well and hung in there. He was down 4-1 in the third set to Herbati and came up with shots like that to turn things around.
And just a tremendous turnaround because Rafter did not lose a game in the 4th set, and he is through to the semifinals of the Australian Open for the first time ever, and he will meet Andre Agassi.
And what an exciting match that's going to be. A repeat of last year's Wimbledon semifinal clash where they went to 5 sets in an epic match.
Well, we've been trying to figure out what's been wrong with Serena Williams the last few games. Evidently, she's suffering from a bit of an upset stomach, which is not easy, but it's certainly better than a badly pulled muscle. Maybe her stomach just hurts more when she moves out to the right.
Well, she definitely was grimacing more when she was on the run to the right-hand side, leaning over somewhat. Good first serve from Martina Hingis.
30-15.
Yeah, I'm sure she appreciates when she can get some of those free points. 30-15.
40-15.
It looks to me like Hingis is generating a little bit more pace from that forehand side. She's worked so hard on her fitness in the last couple months, training at Saddlebrook. Really focusing on getting in better shape, knowing that she has to go to the distance with these big, powerful players. She has to be in the best conditioning possible.
Game Hingis. 2 games away.
Hingis leveling the second set after being down love 2 and 30 love on the Williams serve. Very quick turnaround, 2 distinct shifts in this second set.
Well, it looked like Serena had relaxed, was going for her shots, winning a few more free points. But then she's been throwing in those erratic errors. It just looks a little flat right now.
for Serena Williams. She's at 15-love in serving in the second set at 2 games apiece. This is the last of the women's quarterfinal matches to be played. The other 3 semifinals are known. I'm Pam Shriver, Mary Jo Fernandez, Martina Hingis, and Serena Williams, the winner to face off against Venus Williams.
Great defense from Hingis, anticipating the way Serena was going to go. And just use those great hands again to throw up that lob.
Thinking more about that upset stomach that evidently Serena's feeling. I think that perhaps it is the tension of seeing again her sister play and getting ready for a quarterfinal against Hingis. Can definitely upset your stomach.
Well, the Venus match definitely didn't help if it was hurting her beforehand. No, she should have gone up the line with that backhand, hit right back into Serena. One of the few times Hingis was not in the right place at the right time.
Ooh, that racket may have...
that was a crack.
That sounded like it cracked. Unless it was just the top rubber part that sometimes is a little bit separated from the racket, but that sounded like a definite crack. 40-15. Serena Williams holds on to serve. She's up 3-2 in the second set, but down a set to Martina Hingis.
Hi, Billy Mays here for OxyClean, the stain specialist. Powered by the air you breathe, activated by the water that you and I drink. It's Mother Nature approved, then it's safe on your colored fabrics. OxyClean seeks out organic stains. It'll even take red wine and grape juice out of white carpeting. Make a paste, make it 10 times as powerful. It'll whiten your grout and get rid of your toughest stains. Soak your fabrics, even lace. It has the power of bleach without the damaging side effects of chlorine. Use it in your laundry, it'll make your whites whiter, your brights brighter. Call now and you'll receive a whopping 6-pound bucket of OxyClean for just $19.95. But if you call in the next 20 minutes, we'll also include a squirt bottle, a super chamois, and a bottle of our world-famous Orange Clean free. Here's how to order.
Call to order your 6-pound bucket of OxyClean for only $19.95. Call now and we'll include the Super Chamois, Squirt Bottle, and Orange Clean absolutely free. Call 1-800-277-3377.
Now. They're the largest creatures on Earth. They've adapted and evolved with strength and determination. The kind of strength that helps the Pacific Life family of companies manage more than $300 billion for its clients. And determination that has guided Pacific Life for 130 years. Size, strength, longevity, offering annuities, insurance and investments. Use the power of Pacific Life.
I'm a partner in a small company. Really small. So why do I rent from Hertz? They offer low rates for small businesses like mine. That's big. Then there's Hertz #1 Club Gold. No lines. I just go straight to my car. And when I book on Hertz.com, it's fast. That's really big.
Hey, big guy. Done with those envelopes?
Not exactly.
Welcome back to ESPN2's exclusive coverage of the Australian Open.
Serena Williams on serve in the second set. Had a break early in this set. And Martina Hingis did not change her racket on that change of end, so I guess she didn't crack it.
Sure sounded like it.
I certainly know what that sound sounds like, too.
Great depth once again for Martina Hingis. Really changing the direction of the ball well and keeping it into the corners.
There you can see the progress of Serena Williams. She has improved with each year. She lost a heartbreaker a couple of years ago to Sandrine Testude after having a handful of match points.
And a really critical call on one of those match points that she thought went against her. Terrific return.
See, she's still having trouble with her stomach. You can just tell by looking at Serena Williams. She's supposed to play doubles later today against Kornikova and Shet. It's a tough doubles match.
30 all.
Hingis and Sellis already through to the semifinals, waiting the winner of that match.
It's a lot more tennis for Venus Williams today, who's already played 8-6 in the third. I wouldn't be surprised maybe if they didn't play that doubles.
40-30.
Game point for Hingis.
Game Hingis.
3-all, second set.
3 games all.
Well, this quarterfinal was the most anticipated. Capriati-Sellis match pretty close, but so far hasn't quite lived up to its billing.
It's been very anticlimactic so far. Sometimes that happens when there's so much hype around a match. See Serena still struggling there. You remember that U.S. Open when Pete Sampras got sick on the court against Korecha.
30 love.
But she's fighting. She's hanging in there. That last serve on the Porsche radar gun, 99 miles an hour.
Those are two fastest serves back-to-back for the match. 40 love. 111. Seems like she's really going for the serve this game, though, whether it's first, second.
I think she's trying to keep the points as short as possible. Needs to start executing, though. These long rallies are not working for Serena.
40-30.
Hingis always finding a way to open up the court, move inside that baseline. She's been dictating more play today than normal against Serena.
Still another game point, 40-30. It's tightening up in this game. It started off 40 love. Big serve for Serena Williams. She's up 4-3 in the second set. It's been raining in Melbourne today, and the roof is closed. It's not raining right now, but once it's closed, it stays closed for a match.
The usual, gentlemen?
Well, perhaps for Emmett, but I'll be having tea. Well, I'm the designated driver.
Not so quick, friend. I'll be having the tea, as I'm to be the driver.
Deny yourself if you like, but I'll be a driving.
Boxster. What only a Porsche brings to driving.
There's always a combination of taking your knowledge and applying it. For example, I know who the shooter is. I know what he does, what he thinks, under stress, how he'll act, what's his favorite thing to do, what's his least favorite thing to do. And I got most of my rebounds before he took the shot.
Knowledge is the edge. Call your advisor or Invesco Funds about the Financial Services Fund. You should know what Invesco knows.
4-3, Serena Williams' second set. Right after our tennis, stay tuned for Up Close with Gary Miller. His Super Bowl lineup includes Jason Sehorn of the New York Giants. Up Close follows the Australian Open on ESPN2. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Still in single digits for unforced errors. She's had 4 in the second set. Ooh, there's an important unforced error there. Love 15. Dangerous service game.
Very dangerous, exactly what I was going to say, Pam. Down 3-4, critical stage of the match. Serena really digging deep. And now trying to put the pressure on the Hingis serve.
I don't think Hingis likes that call. It doesn't protest too much.
30.
Only 85 miles an hour on that last serve from Hingis on the Porsche radar gun. Just trying to get that first serve in.
15-30.
Better serve that time, setting up the easy approach shot.
That last serve at 99 miles an hour on the Porsche radar gun.
30 all.
Serena Williams led 2-love in this set and 30-love on her serve. In this game, it was love 30 on the Hingis serve. So some of these important games, Williams leads, cannot close out.
13-40.
Another unforced error from Hingis. Biggest point of the match right now for Serena. Really needs to play a solid point here to break Hingis' serve.
Missed 3 returns in this game.
And I don't know if she should be going for that outright winner on such a big point. She can still hit it hard, maybe down the middle of the court, play a little bit safer.
Well, Martina Hingis starting to miss for the first time in the match. That's 3 unforced errors in this game. The second chance now for Serena Williams to break.
And that needs to register into Serena's brain right now.
Yeah, very late call, but I think it was a good call. Just unfortunate that it was late.
Another second serve. the monitor, Hingis' mom happy to have erased 2 break points in this game.
Boy, is she well coached. Her daughter, how to play the big points, how to play every point. Very seldom making the wrong shot selection.
Good aggressive point from Serena. Looking a little tired, though, after she puts away this overhead.
She missed an overhead just a few games ago, went long. Third chance. For Serena Williams as she breaks and will now serve for the second set. And what's amazing, Mary Jo, is that it's not like Serena's played a good set of tennis. She's sort of just hung around and waited for her opportunity, and now Hingis is in trouble.
Well, she's hung in there. She has had a few more free points than in the first set. And she's playing a little bit smarter. She's taking advantage when she sees Hingis off the court, not waiting for the ball to come back and start the rally over again.
And Hingis awarded her with a couple of 3, in fact, unforced errors.
15 love.
As poorly as Serena started off serving this match, she's now up to 60% first serves in. She was at about 25 after her first couple of service games.
And finally has gotten up to 13 on the unreturnables. She didn't have any for a while in that first set. She gambled on that second serve, and it paid off. Great margin for error. Gives Serena 2 set points to take this second set.
One more chance to take this quarterfinal match into a third set. Serena Williams with the second set, 6-3. Who will play Venus Williams in the semifinal? She had such a tough match against the number 10 seed, Amanda Kutzer, and our Cliff Drysdale is with Venus.
Venus, congratulations today. Very tight match. Tell me about it. I mean, you were down 5-3 in the third, but you found a way to come back.
Yeah, I'm an experienced player now. I've even won a few Grand Slams at this point, so even in those situations, I feel like I have what it takes to come back. I was playing Amanda Kutcher. She was a tough opponent. She gets quite a few balls back. She's very speedy. She has good ground strokes. And today I didn't feel like I was really playing my best tennis as far as really just being able to go for the winners. So I had to play more consistently, but in the end I was just able to pull through.
Venus, you've been struggling a little bit. There were a lot of unforced errors in this match, and throughout this tournament, are you happy with the way that you're playing, or are you feeling a little delicate about it?
No, I'm definitely not as happy as I should be about how I'm playing, but I think that at the right time, I'm able to step the level of my game up, and especially in the later rounds, I've been known to play a little better.
You have, but we're talking about we are in the later rounds now, and it's quite possible that you may play against your dear, sweet sister in the next round. Let's talk about the dynamics of that. I know you're not crazy about playing her, but you have to come semi-final time if she wins.
Well, you know, we have similar games. We have same coach, same genetics, so it's got. I guess I should know our game pretty well. I guess I like playing a hard hitter sometimes more than maybe a softer, more consistent player. When I'm playing against someone like Martina, I don't feel very threatened. But when I'm playing against someone like Serena or Lindsay, I know they're going to be making errors just like I will be. So it's a happy medium.
Tell me about the psychological challenge of playing against somebody that you love so much and you're trying to beat.
It's not too much. It's not too difficult because after the match we always have the doubles, and after the doubles we always we go home together. We live together now. So.
Venus, let's talk about, you mentioned earlier about winning Grand Slam titles. You've won Wimbledon, you've won the US Open. Does that give you a lot of confidence? Do you think, well, if 1-2, I'm going to win another one, or I'm going to win another 10 in my career?
I don't look at it that way. I would like to enjoy myself while I'm playing, play my best, and hopefully always get a lot better throughout my career. And really, I don't set a limit or a maximum of what I can do. And I guess there's a lot of players who started playing tennis on their own. They started themselves, but my dad started me, and it wasn't like my dream to play ever since I was a baby. He started me. And so I guess I don't have as many big dreams maybe as the next person, but I do love to compete, and I love to win, and I'll take everything that I can.
Well, she did a good job pulling out that match, 5-3 down, and it's now first game of the third set. Martina Hingis held to love, pretty quick game. And now Serena will serve her first game of the third set.
And I think that love of competition is what has gotten Venus through to the semifinals. She had a tough match against Mauresmo in the fourth round with a lot of mistakes. Today she had over 50 unforced errors, but somehow dug deep, fought very hard, and pulled it out.
And Venus went 3 sets in her opening match here against a little-known Spaniard, Marie Jose Martinez.
Midday love.
What a turnaround in this match, Pam. One bad game from Hingis at 3-4 down in that second set turned things totally around. She was in total control. Hingis has been the better player today, making a lot fewer mistakes. But Serena, ever since she started feeling a little bit sick out there, seemed to relax and raise the level of her game.
There was another forcing play from Serena Williams, who's hit 23 winners in this match to only 8 from Martina Hingis. So even though there are more unforced errors, so many more winners off the racket of Serena Williams, she's been able to hang in there and get this quarterfinal match into a third set. And she's serving so much better than she did early.
That weapon was not working for her in the beginning of the match. She's up to 5 aces now, and she needs those free points.
Whoa.
40-30.
It'll put so much more pressure on Martina Hingis when she serves, if she knows that she's going to struggle to break the Serena serve.
More winners on the forehand for Serena. things in the third set at 1 game apiece. Tell you what, ever since we said that this match was not living up to its billing, I think the match
decided to pick it up. Yeah, it really did. Wasn't looking like this match was going to go into a third set. But now both players picking up the tempo.
Well, we heard a pound of the racket from Hingis earlier that sounded as if it might have cracked. That last one, Serena Williams gave a racket a bit of a pound. She looks at it.
This rebound ace court not as hard as a cement court, obviously. It's more rubbery. That ball right on the baseline, that first point.
A big winning overhead from a long way back.
15-30.
Great athleticism here from Serena, taking that ball on the rise and really having to stretch for that overhead. Not an easy shot. A little frustration setting in to the Hingis game.
2 break points for Serena Williams.
She's been successful half the time.
For the first time in this quarterfinal, Serena Williams has a lead. She's up a break in the third. She'll be serving for 3-1 when we come back.
You might think all alarm clock radios are the same, but when the power goes out, only one alarm clock radio is smart enough to reset itself to the exact right time every time. The Smart Set from Emerson Research. Now you'll never have to set your alarm clock again, because the Smart Set will always automatically set itself to the correct time, day, date, month, and alarm settings, no matter how long the power has been out. The Smart Set has all the features you want, including a built-in AM/FM radio, and his and her alarm settings that can each be set from Monday through Friday, weekends only, or one setting for every day of the week. And the Smart Set is the only alarm clock radio that will automatically set itself right out of the box, so you know it's always the right time. It even resets itself for daylight savings time and leap year.
That's smart.
All alarm clock radios are not created equal. With the Smart Set from Emerson, you'll never have to set your alarm clock again. Here's how to order yours now. To order your Smart Set, just call this toll-free number. Order a Smart Set for every room in your house and you'll never have to set a clock again. Smart Set comes with a 30-day guarantee. Don't wait. Call and order the Smart Set now.
Serena Williams, who's been fighting through a bit of an upset stomach in this quarterfinal, came from a set down to find herself up a break now in the third, serving 2-1. There's Venus watching, and she played this long match before against Kutzer, and perhaps it's only fair, since they play tomorrow, that she'll play the winner of somebody who's in a long match as well.
And only fair that she has to watch her sister play a third set as well.
15-0.
Ace number 6. Great tennis from Hingis. She changes the direction of the ball so well, hitting that backhand up the line, gets up quickly to the short ball.
15-30. She move up quickly to that one. If she didn't react right away, that little miss-hit return from Hingis could have gotten really awkward.
Well, she hit such a good serve. She had to take a few steps into the court. It was going to be a short reply.
Unforced error has been creeping into the Hingis game.
Once Hingis started to feel the pressure of the Serena power, she knew she had to start doing something else with the ball, and right now she's starting to miss early in the rally.
Point for 4-2. Excuse me, point for 3-1. Serena wishes it was a point for 4-2. Very close to that sideline. Martina Hingis is going to come up to the net.
Williams leads 3-1.
No overrule from Leanne White, the chair umpire.
Well, certainly worth the inquiry. I doubt there'd be a mark on the outside of that line. 1-3, Hingis serving.
Lovely day.
Serena Williams by far playing the best tennis of the match. Love 30 now on the Hingis serve, trying to get up 2 breaks, and Martina Hingis has an amazing quarterfinal record in majors, 15-2. She's in trouble here. And that serve was just won without any confidence at all. Since Hingis lost to Venus Williams in the semis of the U.S. Open, a match that she was just 2 points away from winning, she's only lost once. That was to Lindsay Davenport.
She took some time off after that U.S. Open, didn't play in the Olympics, Martina Hingis. Worked on her fitness and then had a tremendous fall, winning those 5 events.
30 all. This game was at love 30. If Hingis can dig her way out of this, she's back in this 3rd set.
Hingis not getting to the ball early enough. Not enough margin for error on that last backhand.
Break point.
See Serena moving up into the baseline. See if she attacks the second serve.
Does she ever? Hits the winner. Serena Williams now up 2 breaks. Will we see 4 Americans in the semifinals of the Australian Open?
In the battle to prevent the gum disease gingivitis, floss goes a long way. Because floss removes plaque between teeth. But for many, that might not be enough. To kill the germs brushing and flossing may miss, use Listerine. Listerine is the one brand, the only brand, clinically proven to flow into the tiny spaces between teeth, to kill germs and help prevent the gum disease gingivitis. Stand up to gum disease. Get in here and fight. With Listerine, don't let a good mouth go bad.
Ah, the usual, gentlemen? Well, perhaps for Emmett, but I'll be having tea. Well, I'm the designated driver.
Not so quick, friend. I'll be having the tea, as I'm to be the driver.
Deny yourself if you like, but I'll be a driving.
Boxster. What only a Porsche brings to driving.
Serena Williams just 2 games away from a semifinal matchup with her big sister Venus. There's ACC and Big East college basketball on ESPN Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. The 6th ranked North Carolina Tar Heels host number 12 Virginia. Then at 9, Villanova visits Connecticut. The Huskies are number 20 in the latest poll. College basketball Wednesday night on ESPN.
Right here is where Martina Hingis has to make her move.
4 games in a row, Serena Williams has won in this match, and she ended the second set with 3 in a row. So she's only lost 1 game of the last 8.
It's been an incredible turnaround. Serena showing a lot of character out there, not feeling her best, but she's persevering, going for it.
Love 30 though here on serve, second serve. Maybe the point of the women's draw.
A little bit of everything in this point. Great court coverage by both players, but Serena has not missed 1 overhead so far today.
$15-30.
Great hands at the net from Martina Hingis. Playing some gutsy tennis right now. That was a great pickup right there. Was at her feet. Makes no mistake with that volley.
Chance to get 1 of the breaks back.
Great point from Serena to save that one. Right on the baseline.
That unforced error gives Hingis another chance to get one of the 2 breaks back. You can see from Hingis' standpoint how tough this combination is for her to have to play Serena in a major, and then if she beats Serena, play Venus then next round. It's physically and emotionally so difficult for her. She's got a long way to go before thinking about Venus in the semis. But she's a little bit closer now, having gotten one of the 2 breaks back. She's serving now 2-4 down in the 3rd.
Williams leads 4 games to 2.
It's always tough to close out these matches, especially when you're playing the top-ranked player in the world. You have to really concentrate, focus on each and every point.
Nothing deep.
She's got a tremendous record down here in Australia, Hingis.
The only loss last year in the finals to Lindsay Davenport.
Another great overhead. When the draw came out, the top 4 seeds were hoping and praying they were not going to draw Serena Williams in their quarter. Not only did Hingis draw her, but she also had Venus in her half of the draw.
Love 14.
Well, after getting one of the breaks back, now she's about ready to give it back. It's triple break point for Serena Williams.
Mom's looking a little concerned right now.
15-14.
You can tell Serena knows she's got this match in her hands. Doesn't want to make those mistakes off the return.
Well, Hingis has a pretty good record coming back in matches. Last year in the final was way down, 6-1, 5-1 to Davenport. So Serena Williams needs to be very careful right here. Last year, Hingis came from all the way back to 5-all before Davenport was able to win that match. And then in Sydney a couple of weeks ago in the final against Davenport, Hingis was down 1-3 in the 3rd.
Things getting very tense right now.
Cheers.
Serena had difficulties closing out the U.S. Open final against Martina Hingis. It was up a set in 5-3 when Hingis brought it back. Ended up going to a tiebreak.
Mom's exhausted.
She can't bear to watch another match.
This is the 6th set of quarterfinal action that she's watched her daughters play today.
No footwork whatsoever there from Serena. Totally flat-footed, didn't move her feet to the ball. It's a sign of tension. Game point for Hingis. you're Martina Hingis, you have to make Serena play right now. Have to get the ball going, get the rally to go more than a couple shots.
Chance for Serena to go up 5-2.
Advantage Williams.
Hingis doing everything possible to make Serena hit that extra shot. A lot of pressure here for Hingis to hit the second serve.
This is an exhausting game for both players, physically, emotionally. Hingis going to the chair to get a towel.
Serena definitely getting tight in the middle of that last rally, throwing in that bad drop shot.
Second chance for Hingis to hold. Martina Hingis closes the gap further. It's 4-3 in the third. Serena Williams, we're seeing great action in the women's quarterfinals. And later on, Yevgeny Kafelnikov, the defending champion from 2 years ago, plays Arnaud Clément of France. We don't know a whole bunch about it. Let's go to Cliff to find out.
The Arnaud Clément story is a nice one, Pam. The French Federation, when he was just a kid, never really thought he was going to make it. But they didn't bank on how speedy he is. Now, he's taken on Yevgeny Kafelnikov 3 times in the past. Kafelnikov's beaten him twice, but last summer during the U.S. Summer Circuit in Cincinnati, Clément beat him for the first time. Now, Kafelnikov likes the surface, make no mistake about it. He's won this championship, and he was in the final last year. So you'd have to go with Kafelnikov, but it is going to be a very solid matchup between the two.
Well, Cliff, we're looking forward to that match. Kafelnikov always loves to play down here, and you can see that Wednesday at 1 o'clock on ESPN. The French have had a really good tournament here on the men's side. Grosjean is still in also. He plays Carlos Moya. Now, this third set is really turning into riveting action. Not sure how riveted she looks.
She looks a little tired, and I'm sure stressed out right now watching her little sister, who just had a lead 4-2, love 40 on the Hingis serve. And it can't be easy to watch, but Serena had to do it before.
And Serena still has a break, and her serve has been, for the most part, pretty good since early on in this match. And we'll see whether or not in this game she gambles and really goes for some big winners on that first delivery.
Thank you.
Good first point for Martina Hingis.
Love indeed.
Making Serena work extra hard to win these rallies. Both players taking their time.
Hingis misses a pretty routine shot, 15 all. Serena Williams is desperately trying to get to the semifinals to join 3 other Americans in the semis. The last time in a major that happened was at Wimbledon in 1985 when Chris Evert, Martina Navratilova, Kathy Rinaldi, and Zina Garrison got to the semis, and it was 2 years before that, in '83, that it last happened here. Hingis trying to get even in the third set. Pacific Life match summary. You can see they've been broken the same amount of times. Many more winners for Serena Williams, and the unforced error number for Hingis has really crept up. She only had one or two in the first set.
Two bad points from Hingis in this game. She missed that routine forehand off the drop shot, the poor drop shot from Serena, and now that return.
Yep, this match has created a lot of interest. Are tense. They're missing some of their shots by a lot in this game. Great point for Hingis to come from 2 breaks down in the third to back even. Serena Williams fired that lob, and that was very dangerous as there was a ball kid and a linesman very near the area. But with great frustration, it's understood. She was up 2 breaks in this third set. She's lost both of them. Now let's just see if we can see this right there. Whoa. I'll tell you what, if she had hit that ball boy, that could have been game, set, and match.
Well, she knows she's let a big opportunity pass by.
And Martina Hingis has gone to her chair at 4 all in the third. Getting a new racket out.
We see Martina switch rackets sometimes when they have new balls. Get a fresher set of strings out there. And probably wants it to be a little tighter now so she can hit out more.
Still supposed to do that kind of equipment change within the time rule, and she's gone past that right here, but I don't think she'll get a warning. Well, Serena now really needs to get her composure back.
15 love.
So tough when you've been up in a set, especially when you're playing a Martina Hingis, to keep that composure. She was so close to taking this third set already.
The last 2 points, putting them together nicely. Maybe Williams has gotten herself back together. She had 4 points for 5-2 in this set and a 4-1 two-break lead. Oh, what a gutsy play from Hingis.
Great court sense from Martina Hingis. Sees this ball go up, takes a few steps inside the baseline and just rips a forehand swing volley. It's a variety that Hingis possesses.
The ball might have a little rattle in it. $30 all. Hingis could not control it. Break point.
Serena only 5 of 12 break point conversions.
She gets a big one there. She's psyched once again up a break, and this time she'll serve for a spot in the semifinals and a matchup with her big sister.
If today's stock markets have you looking for the stability of a money fund, choose the one ranked #1, the Strong Investors Money Fund. Call 1-888-4STRONG. You're one call away from a strong portfolio.
Computer, note to self, exclaim High Web Center and increases. Kema Azuma just can't get technology off his mind. Which means his customers don't always have to have it on their minds. WorldCom, Generation D.
If today's stock markets have you looking for the stability of a money fund, choose the one ranked #1, the Strong Investors Money Fund. Call 1-888-4STRONG. You're one call away from a strong portfolio.
Dad, I missed the bus.
Really?
The 911 Carrera. What only a Porsche brings to driving.
Thanks, Dad.
Dad! Very streaky third and final set. Serena Williams had won 4 games in a row to go up 4-1, 2 breaks, and then Hingis won 3 in a row, and now Serena Williams, with that last break, will serve for a spot in the semifinals to join 3 other Americans.
You just get the sense, Pam, that whenever Martina Hingis plays these bigger, stronger players, the match is really not in her hands. It's up to Serena here with her power and her athleticism to put the match away.
Ooh, double fault. Number 4. from Serena. Well, of course, at the U.S. Open semifinals, Hingis, long, tough three-set loss to Venus, 7-5 in the third. At Wimbledon, it was 6-4 in the third to Venus. Last year here, the big hitting Davenport. And at the French, didn't Hingis lose to Pierce?
Another big hitter. Getting a little too anxious there with that backhand. Serena didn't quite get her feet up to the ball. That's the most important thing when you get nervous. You got to keep moving your feet. My mom used to always tell me, if you move your feet, that means your brain's still working.
Mothers always know best. 15-30. Tight match at a major, those kind of points are absolutely sapping.
Hingis getting fired up. She did well to absorb the power from Serena in that rally.
Serena with her hand on her hip, just questioning the baselines, Judge, who had a very tight call. Hingis hit a ball right on the baseline, and Serena engaging him in a pretty long conversation. 15-40. 5-4, third and final set.
Very composed that time, Serena Williams. Hingis trying her best to get every ball in that point. Great scramble. One more opportunity for Hingis to break back.
Hingis really taking her time to get back into position. She is breathing as heavy as you can breathe.
Well, they're both feeling it out there right now. But Serena finding a way to come up with this huge winner from the backhand side.
And now just 2 points away from a win, and she knows it.
She really wears her heart on her sleeve, Pam. Very emotional on the court, really gets pumped up. Has been very intense this whole Australian Open.
Great point for 5-all.
Both players playing their best together right now. Very long rallies, draining rallies for both of them.
Quiet, please. Thank you. Net for serve.
She's pushed one deep from this end on the overhead.
Hingis guessing right, getting that first overhead back, making Serena hit one more. When you're tired and late in the third set, those are not easy to put away. Serena wishing she would have hit that in the previous game when she was 2 points from the match. Better footwork that time.
9th backhand winner.
Serena lucky to get out of that point. Hit another poor drop shot. Hingis was in the right place, just didn't execute the volley.
Yeah, she seldom misses routine volleys, although I suppose nothing is routine at 5-all in the third, quarterfinals of a major. Martina Hingis raised her arms after that service winner because she'd been a little bit out of sync with her first serve.
It was a great first serve, very well placed. She knows how important it is against Serena to get that first one in.
40-30.
That's why that first serve is so critical for Martina Hingis.
Hingis has won 46% of those second serve points. That's not bad. A lot of times against these big hitters, she's down in the 30% region.
It's only because Serena has missed a lot of returns today. Early in the match, she was spraying him all over the place.
Break point.
This is just great tennis from both players. Serena doing everything possible to stay alive in that point.
A little stare down from Hingis.
Serena's grunts kept getting louder and louder with every shot. She's giving it her all.
As if this match isn't dramatic enough, the weather outside, you can hear some thunder, and it is pouring again. Doesn't matter here in Melbourne. They play on.
Frustration from Serena. It was an easy second serve. It was short in the box. No reason to miss it by that much.
Martina Hingis holds serve, and she takes the lead 6-5. The other quarterfinal earlier today, Venus Williams, seeded number 3, took on Amanda Kutzer, and in the first set it was all the South African at 5'1", 5'2", giving away a foot to Venus Williams.
Amanda Kutzer came out very strong, making very few errors. Whenever the ball was short in the court, she attacked. Was very successful at the net.
She was a perfect 11 for 11 as the match went on into the second set, where Venus Williams came back, and then in the third, Kutzer led 5-3 before Venus Williams made a comeback.
And even though Venus Williams hasn't played her best tennis, she's found ways to win, and that's what champions do. She persevered, hung in there. And in the third set, it got down to the wire. Venus Williams very successful as well when she approached the net.
Did not look as if the win streak would continue at the majors, but Kutzer goes down 8-6 in the third, and Venus undefeated in the majors since last year's French Open. I don't think she wants to watch this one.
Don't blame her. She also won the Olympic gold in singles and doubles down here in Australia in Sydney.
Six. No tiebreak in the third set here.
Right on that baseline, that backhand winner.
30 love.
Another loud thunderclap in the middle of the point. They might be oblivious to it all right now, though.
Favorite shot from Martina Hingis, the backhand down the line. Sets up beautifully, great shoulder turn. It's it on the rise. Give it a little extra whip at the end.
Points now away from a win.
30 all.
Martina Hingis.
Set up for her favorite shot again. Got a little anxious, saw the opening. They don't become so easy at these stages in a match.
Point for 6-all.
Serena just kicking that first serve in that time. Playing it safe. Don't think Hingis is going to give it to her.
Williams
scoots down in the chair like she's watching a horror movie.
She can't sit still right now.
Game point.
Thank you.
Third set, no tiebreak. Play until you win by 2. 5 years ago, Chanda Rubin, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, 16-14 in the third.
For Chanda Rubin. I remember watching that third set.
See the backhand, that's very unusual for Hingis. 16 unforced errors, only 4 winners, but Serena Williams gets to so many balls. Against anyone else, that number 4 would be much bigger.
Hingis has been forced to go for a little bit more, especially once Serena picked her game up.
It's when it's such an advantage to be serving first. Even when Serena Williams led by 2 breaks, it was only 4-1. Had she served first in this third set, it would have been 5-love. Serena Williams once again forced to serve to stay in this incredible quarterfinal match.
Hingis leads 7.
Did you know that Subaru is quite possibly the safest passenger car in the world? Salerno Dwayne Auto Plaza does, and that's why we want you to take advantage of Subaru quality and safety, because we know your family is your most precious cargo. And at Salerno Dwayne Auto Plaza, your Subaru will always be $200 less than anywhere else, guaranteed, with internet pricing for all. So now's the time to test drive a new Subaru and discover the beauty of all-wheel drive at Salerno Dwayne Auto Plaza on Route 206 in Newton, right in front of Walmart.
With your busy schedule, time is very precious. At George Bach Tire Deals and Wheels, we notice. Our drive-through service will have you out in 30 minutes or less, with no hassle, featuring very competitive prices on name brand tires and the latest and greatest equipment. Because safety comes first at George Bach Tires, Deals, and Wheels. 109 Route 23 in Franklin.
Hingis leads 7-6 in the third set. Our exclusive coverage of the Australian Open continues Wednesday afternoon at 1 o'clock on ESPN with the men's quarterfinals. You'll see the '99 Australian Open champion Yevgeny Kafelnikov against the talented young Frenchman Arnaud Clément. Then Wednesday night on ESPN2, we'll bring you both women's semifinals starting at 11:30 p.m. Eastern. That's 8:30 Pacific. There's a lot more tennis on ESPN.com, 24 hours a day. Seems like the Williams sisters have been playing tennis 24 hours a day in this quarterfinal day. A late call. Serena doesn't like it. I think it was a good call. Leanne White going with her sideline judge.
Let's take a look right here, but it did look a little bit wide.
Very close. Love 15. Martina Hingis now 2 points away. Love 30.
Love 30.
Clever tennis from Hingis, taking advantage when she saw Serena out of the court. Oh my goodness.
Drop shot that went over prevented triple match point.
What a time to get a little luck. Serena pulls this out. She will remember that net court winner.
So will Hingis.
Clever tennis from Serena. Opening up the court with her short little anger right here. Very smart.
30 all.
Worth mentioning, there is no day off for these players who played today on the top half of the women's draw. Semifinals tomorrow here in Melbourne. And this is the last of the quarterfinals to be played in much more physical of a match than Venus's 8-6 in the third win over Kutzer. Advantage Venus.
13-14.
That unforced error brings up match point for Hingis.
The point and the match, comes up with a dive volley to save match point.
It's one of the most spectacular saves of a match point I have ever seen. Deuce. See, she's impressed. Point number 2 for Hingis.
With that, the break to Navratilova. She leads 3-1.
Miss Navratilova leads 3-1.
That racket Martina is using, she was telling me about yesterday. Warren Bosworth, the racket meister extraordinaire, designed this, and she's the only one using it right now. But she feels, see how it's a sort of octagonal shape? That's some high-speed photography showed that that part of the frame really bends at contact point. So the Bosworth racket stabilizes it more, giving it more angles like that. And Martina is nuts about this frame. She was telling me yesterday that she's just seeing the ball so well, feeling it so well. So much humid sentiment out there for Navratilova. Can't be easy for Dolko. And she hasn't come out too cleanly. It's pretty quiet when she makes points.
And that's long, and that's unusual for the British fans because they're so fair.
Oh, they are.
Even when it's the opponent of Hedman, they're going to give that opponent the full fare.
Yeah, but it's a big ask from the fans, I think, to be split in a match like this.
They want just what they're getting early, and that's Navratilova now at 40-love, 3-1, opening set. Very nicely done with the backhand.
14-15.
One of the disadvantages out on those outside courts is so much more noise. Oh, that's Martina at her best. She's already matched the number of games won, and they're meeting in Paris, and they're getting ready for Portugal and England in Euro Cup action tonight. The flags of St. George.
UBS is a proud sponsor of Team Alinghi in its race to retain the America's Cup, because every crew member shares our passion, our commitment to teamwork. You and us, UBS.
Oh, my back.
Need some help?
Yeah.
Try my Bayer Back and Body.
Thanks, hon.
It's Bayer Aspirin plus a special pain relief booster. It works right where it hurts. Bayer Back and Body. Get moving again. Pain-free.
Are you paying mortgage rates as high as 5, 5.5, or 6%? Then call 1-822-LOAN HUD and put your money back where it belongs, in your pocket. Call Loan HUD today.
Offer not valid, all states subject to verification.
Hear 100% commercial-free music on the most listened-to satellite radio service, XM Satellite Radio.
Who looks better than you? You skipped the department store runaround and went straight to the place you know you'll find the same exciting fashions at prices those other stores just can't touch. The brands, the prices, the possibilities. Marshalls.
Tonight, exclusive live coverage of the NBA Draft. At 7, our team of experts weigh in with their predictions. Then at 7:30,
with the first pick in the NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select.
See where all the NBA's future superstars will land. And at 10 on ESPN2, the day's highlights from Wimbledon. It's all on ESPN and ESPN2 tonight.
Here's your CNBC personal finance tip. Buying a house and shopping for a mortgage, should you consider paying points to lower the rate? Lenders say if you plan to live in the house less than 5 years, don't pay the points. But if you're in for the long term, then pay a point or two now for the lower rate, and you'll save more over the years. Watch CNBC weekdays.
This personal finance tip brought to you by Sovereign Bank. Money on your mind? Sovereign Bank's there for you with red carpet service guaranteed. Stop by your nearest Sovereign Community Banking office today or visit sovereignbank.com.
Step-by-step video training methods. Teaching the mechanics of the Major League Swing benefits players of all ages and ability levels. A valuable addition to any coach's library, too. And it makes a great gift. Thousands have been sold at $39.95. But if you'll call now and use your credit card, you'll pay only $29.95. To order, call toll-free 1-800-633-3400. That's 1-800-633-3400. This is the tape that gets results.
All right, back live at Wimbledon. We will take you back to coverage of Martina Navratilova against Gisela Dulko. You will not miss a point of that match. It will freeze time. Timeless Martina match. Because while this match was in its early stages, simultaneously the Venus Williams-Carolina Sprem controversy was unfolding. Venus, if you're just joining us, beaten 7-6, 7-6 by the Croatian teenager, but that second set tiebreak is the subject of the controversy. In reality, it finished 7 points to 6 in favor of Sprem. Ted watched. The chair umpire made a mistake in the scoring. Neither player caught it. And officially, it's an 8-6 tie-break win for Sprem. Now, afterwards, Patrick McEnroe talked to Venus's father, Richard Williams, for his reaction.
All right, here with Richard Williams. Richard, I mean, can you believe what happened in that tiebreak?
Yes, it was actually a human mistake, sir, and that can happen to anyone. And I really do not believe that 1 point decided the match under no circumstances. I think if Venus had been a lot more consistent, we wouldn't have to worry about that.
Did you go in and try to talk to Alan Mills, the tournament referee?
Yes, I did. He wasn't in. I did speak to his assistant there. I had a nice little talk. And
what were you hoping to say to him?
I was hoping to say to him that I really think that the chair umpire, I believe he did a great job. And I hope they got enough sleep this night. I hope he doesn't question himself or doubt himself. And I hope that the referees, when they meet and talk with him, that they be very kind to him. It was a human mistake, and we all are subject to mistakes.
Is it amazing that this would happen in a tie-break on center court at Wimbledon?
Well, under pressure, anything can happen.
That's true. You're right about that. Yeah.
So I would love to speak to the guy and just say, I think you did a great job, and I really do.
Well, that's very good of you to say that, and just talk about, in general, now Venus and where she is. I mean, she's been in 4 Wimbledon finals in a row, and now she loses in the second round. I mean, where does she go now to get herself back to where she was?
I think that Venus will come back kicking from behind and feeling very good at the U.S. Open, and I think it'll help her to realize that she can have to do a few more things, and she will do. And Venus is a great player, and she's a terrific listener. That's what makes her successful.
Well, we certainly learned from you, and by judging from your response to what happened, I can see why. So thank you for talking to us, Richard.
That's always a privilege, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And 97 Wimbledon champ Martina Hingis joins us. Richard Williams is known for his flamboyant, controversial statements, but he is unbelievably gracious. He said that Ted Watts did a great job as chair umpire. He made one of the all-time blunders in the history of organized tennis and miscalling the score in a tiebreak. But Richard Williams, not bitter, saying that Martina, and you were in the stands watching this match, kind of trying to figure out what was going on, saying 1 point didn't matter. Your reaction in this tiebreak?
It was just stunning, and they're both very polite about it. But I don't think, just when everything started to turn around for Venus, that thing happened, and she tends to lose track of the scores, but not at that point.
Yeah, she did say in her press conference that she wasn't rock solid about the score, because often you'll see her go to the wrong side of the court to receive. She's not always sure of the game score. We're going to show you one more time what happened. You can see behind her, though, right there, 2-1, Williams in the tiebreak, 2 points to 1, and Sprem is serving. Listen carefully to Ted Watts, what he says after this serve, because right here is where the whole mess starts. He says 2-all. That ball was clearly called wide and a fault. Sprem whacked it into the open. Yeah, ready, listen. 3-2 Miss Williams. It should have been 3-1. He had given Sprem a point on the point that was played after the fault.
It was a missed serve, and he gives her the point for winning the...
Are you as confused as Venus was out there? You said some of the ball kids were confused about who needed to get the balls to serve, what end of the court they need to be on?
Yeah, nobody. Everyone was like slow motion, and the ball kids, they were throwing the balls to Venus to serve, and I think Carolina Sprem didn't know what was happening, but I guess you just take an extra point for yourself.
Do you? Let me ask you, what would you do if you're in the circumstances in Sprem's shoes and you suspect the chair has made a mistake and given you a point in a tiebreak you didn't deserve? You would say nothing as she did?
Well, I was always very fair, but I think at that time, and you're about to beat Venus Williams in the second round, but
you take the point. You take the point and say thank you very much?
No, I don't think so. I would not take a point, but just kind of realize it just happened everything so quickly when you're out there, and just Venus was ready to serve at 3-2, and I believe that 1 point doesn't matter, but at that crucial time, it can turn around matches.
Would you handle it as graciously as Venus did and her father Richard did?
I probably wouldn't, but I would try not to lose scores at that crucial time.
Carolina Sprem, meanwhile, we shouldn't lose sight of the fact that she played a terrific match, and you say we're going to hear a lot from her in the future.
Definitely we will.
She is on into the third round. We'll hear more from her in this Wimbledon fortnight, and we're going to hear a lot more about this controversy. More reaction coming up. We'll take you back to Martina Navratilova versus Dulko after this break. The Dulko match was in the first set, and we'll pick it up right exactly at the point we left, but This controversy involving the Venus Williams-Carolina Sprem miscalled tiebreaker has to continue here. Venus Williams asked early in her press conference about it. We showed you that live. Later on, the topic came up again, and here were Venus' comments at that point.
The way it turns out in the tiebreak is she had just served the 1 point. It's actually 2-1 for you, and she ended up just serving the 1 point on that side and made it. They said 3-2, and then you both went to the side you thought was right, and then you ended up going back over to the other side and you serving after she just basically served from one side. I guess that was all part of the confusion.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was. You had no instinct at any point to sort of question it, or.
Well, yes, but I just didn't want to lose my focus. And a lot of times, like I said, I just felt that maybe I had lost track. I couldn't be sure, but it did seem... I thought I remember her only having one serve, but then again, you know, it's a long time ago now, so...
You have all the attributes, but do you still want it anymore? Do you really... Are you hungry for it? Or you just play for fun now?
What do you think?
You just...
I don't know. I think you should just write what you think, but I fight very hard, even if I'm well or not well or injured or had setbacks. I still do very, very well, and unfortunately this won't be my event, but I'll be ready for the next one.
What's your frame of mind now? Are you angry, disappointed, determined?
I just think from here I need to figure out what I did wrong and not make the same mistake twice.
She remains remarkably upbeat after her first loss in the second round of a major since her very first Grand Slam event back in 1997 at Roland Garros. And her father, Richard, seems amazingly upbeat as well, talking about going back and regrouping for the U.S. Open, and you'd have to assume the other tournaments leading up to it this summer. But this is a very disappointing loss for Venus Williams. In the meantime, Carolina Sprem, it's the win of her life as she walks into the press conference now after beating Venus Williams 7-6, 7-6 in the wackiest tiebreaker history. Here's Sprem.
Good evening. Can I introduce Carolina Sprem? Who'd like to ask the first question?
Carolina, the complete mess in the tiebreak, in the second tiebreak, did you understand that the chair umpire had made a big mistake when he called the score wrong?
I don't know. I was confused, and Venus, she took the ball and she started to serve, and I just go to the next side and I want to return, and that's all. I didn't think about this.
So it was 1-2, and then you hit a ball in the net, a first serve in the, you hit a fault, and he called 2-2.
Like I say, I didn't think about this. I was like 100% in the match, and I was just want to play. I didn't.
So what was the key to your victory today? What was the key?
I was playing against her before 1 month, and I have in third set I had like 3-0, and I lost this match, and today I was just going on the court and I was just want to do the best where I can and hit the ball and play 100%, play my tennis, and I was want to win, and that's the key.
Carolina, where were you trying to attack her? Were you consciously trying to take apart her forehand? I think she had like...
I was playing everything what I can, like I said, like go on the net, hit the first serve, hit the ball, and everything what I was trying to hit.
Do you think her stature in the women's game has come down in the last year?
Why say this? Because I beat her.
Well, no, I mean, did you have confidence, in other words, to go out? She hasn't reached a semifinal in a Grand Slam in a year. Your confidence going out there?
I didn't think about this. I played against her, like I said, before 1 month, and I lost this match. And today I was just want to go on the court. I was playing first time on the second center court. It's my second time that I was playing on Wimbledon, and I was just want to show my game, and that's it.
Carolina, when you played her in Berlin,
yeah,
did you feel like you should have won that match and you let it get away?
If you have 3-0 in the third set, then yeah, I was feeling that I need to win this match, but I lose it. But that's the tennis, that's the game, so.
And when she hurt her ankle, Did it change the way you played her from that point on?
No, I didn't.
So Carolina Sprem, very excited about the biggest win of her career, their first win ever over a top 10 player, Venus Williams at Wimbledon, no less. She's on into the next round. And like Venus Williams, she said that she was just too immersed mentally in the tiebreak to even notice the mistake that had been made by the chair umpire. One man who certainly has jurisdiction over this tournament in general is the tournament referee, Alan Mills. Here's a portion of his interview with Sue Barker of the BBC.
We've had a huge story on centre court just a few moments ago, which saw Venus Williams go out of the championships. The umpire basically getting the score wrong in the tiebreak, and it wasn't corrected, and Carolina Sprem went through. Being joined by a very busy man, Alan Mills. I think just told me he's trying to get an order of play out, but of course this has distracted you somewhat. What do you make of that, Alan?
Well, I just watched the replay on the tape, and obviously the umpire did make a mistake. He either didn't hear the call from the linesperson, centre service linesperson, because it was an obvious out call. Sprem actually returned the ball, hit a winner, got applause from the crowd as well. Mm-hmm. Whether the umpire did not hear the call of out, I don't know, but then he called 2-all.
Mm-hmm. We'll just show it again.
But then he went back again.
I know.
She served a second serve.
Yeah, in case people didn't see it the first time, here we go again. It's 2-1 in the tiebreak.
There's the call of 4.
Mm-hmm.
2-all. Now it's called 2-all.
But then how does he allow to
She's still serving second serve, exactly.
To the same side. Yeah. I mean, the umpire should have noticed that he was serving to the same side. My point also, Alan, is the linesmen around there, would one of them be able to go up and correct him, or is that not part of the rules of etiquette on court?
Well, I would have thought that, yes, they could go up if they realised, you know, that there had been a mistake made. Mm-hmm. I don't think anyone would have criticised them for getting